Hello everyone, welcome to StraightA. Dawson here, back with another video here today, and I'm not going to do an intro. I'm not really going to do anything fancy here. We're just going to do a quick video here explaining kind of a couple series or a couple things that throughout the season I was going to try to implement in some way, just so that way they're just addressed on the program in some way, shape, or form. And that's going to be the Eliminator Challenge as well as BDGE's Pick'em League. So we'll talk about that here in a second. Eliminator Challenge, of course, is one where you basically go throughout the season picking teams that you think are going to win, and if they win, you move on, but you can't pick that team again for us this season, and you get 25 picks to basically make do with whatever. I actually lost like very quickly. I lost in week 3. I had 8 picks left, and all 8 picks didn't hit. I'm not really going to cover all that. It's whatever. A bunch of upsets have basically happened the last couple weeks, and really there's not many people left in this whole challenge anyway. 52,000 people entered in week 4, and now 40,000 I think are entering week 5. And that's starting with the original 900,000 people that joined. It's been an insane year of, already a lot of upsets, and so people are just not being, these are people, top 1% of people who are making smart choices, or at least the correct choices in some regards. So I'm out. I'm not going to be featuring this on the channel anymore, just because again, I'm eliminated for this year. So maybe we'll try again next year in predictions or something like that. Who knows? But it's tough. It was a very tough loss. I mean, I'm going to come up with a different strategy going into next year is what I'm really going to see. And then we're going to talk about BDGE. And for one, before we talk about BDGE at all, let this be known. I think that they are great. They are amazing. Their content's great. Their Your Idiot League Mates channel is like so fun to follow because it's just like following one league. And just hearing them talk about different takes, different trades, stuff like that, it gets you a lot of context. And I hope to hopefully do something similar to it next year. I think it's something I want to take a lot of inspiration from. This year I'm kind of covering 8 different leagues. You can't see it, but I'm actually on the window where I'm looking at the 8 tabs here. And I like it in a sense where I probably will do it again. But I don't know if I like covering the content of 8 different leagues consistently like this. Maybe it'll change throughout the season. Maybe I'll find a better way to present the content. I'm going to finish it out because I really like it, and I think I still want to cover it because I'm still making the decisions as well. Like this week, I'm running into a big, week where I didn't start the right player, and it's going to cost me by quite a bit. Or I could have won. So we're going to talk about these different conversations of different decision-making decisions. These different decisions that may impact your whole fantasy league. So I like it in that aspect, and I may continue it next year. I will definitely be playing this amount of leagues again. I just probably will have 1 or 2 that I'm prioritizing, and the other 6 will just kind of be like a start them and go, basically try out different strategies that I like indeed too. Because that's what I kind of like about fantasy football is that I have one main league right now. That's the doggy style. It's the half PPR milestone league that has a bunch of money in it. That's why I prioritize as my leagues. I know the people in there. I know how I like this draft. I know the kind of the strategies I like to implement. So I know the people, etc., etc. So I like drafting from the back. So I drafted from the back. I drafted very specifically with running backs. I drafted very specifically in a way that I think that the players are going to have high upside. I have a good amount of like 2 to 3 players I think will do good in the future. A couple 2 to 3 players I think could do good now, etc., etc. Fill up my IR spot, stuff like that. I take that league very seriously. And in this week, spoiler, I dominated once again because my running backs are really good. But beside the point. That's my main league. That's what I really focus on. But I do like the other 7 leagues because, for one, I'm in a 16-man league I'm doing fairly good in because, again, my strategies that I usually implement in doggy style implement well into the 16-man league because it's about depth. It's about building your roster from top to bottom very good. And 16-man makes it very hard to do that. So you also have to be diligent on the waivers. And picking up Andy Dalton, for example, is a very good move I made. Picking up Sam Darnold, very good move I made. Because I had Russell Wilson at the very beginning, and I eventually just scrapped that and picked up Sam Darnold and Andy Dalton. Made some very good moves in that regard. Roschon Johnson was my possible pickup for DeAndre Swift not doing well, but obviously DeAndre Swift's back, etc., etc. We're seeing these different strategies be implemented. I'm in a super flex league. I really wish I actually drafted that league. I like the team I have, but it's been a really rough season with that. King of the Cup, I'm learning from Ben, who I really have a lot of respect for in fantasy. I don't think I necessarily like his strategies as much because we're not doing well in that league as well. And maybe we'd be doing better if I just kind of went full hand with that. I genuinely believe I'm a very good fantasy player from the last couple of years, and this year I'm really honing my craft. And there's like 4 or 5 different leagues that are more low stakes, a couple that are PPR, then half PPR, no tight end, stuff like that. I'm getting a feel of what I like, and it seems like I'm pretty much where I like to be with half PPR, maybe some milestone stuff, 12-man, a pretty standard deal. But I think I like getting that variety of life every year. And I already been pitching some ideas to Ben and everybody about doing a similar type style to BDGE, but maybe to a bigger scale. Not like they get $5,000 or whatever that the winner gets. We won't be able to do that. But something similar to one of the other leagues that we're currently in that's inspired, like, okay, how can we make this a big deal in some regard, but without having a bunch of content creators? Obviously, we're a bunch of people who have jobs outside of football, and it's not really a job, it's just hobby for us. So how can we implement that the best way? So I really want to take inspiration from that. And BDG, if you're seeing this, I really would love any kind of inspiration. I may even email your business email, or if for ideas or possibly how to implement this, because I really want to do something similar to them. And as well as the weekly pick'ems. We'll talk about that for a second. So I'm not continuing this series as well, for a couple different reasons. One, I think it crosses over too much with fantasy football, so I'm not really saying anything new. I'm just basically addressing something they're already doing better. So all I'm doing is basically siphoning off their content a little bit. And I don't think it's necessarily siphoning. It's just me kind of talking more about different matchups. I'm talking about a whole league's matchups rather than just my team's matchups. So it's basically a whole video worth in itself, and they're already doing that content way better. The second reason was kind of early on, I've had some troubles with the website. I don't know if it was a browser issue, if it was one of their issues on their end. Obviously, you see it on my screen now, but the games are already over for the weekend. So, but it won't let me submit the requests or anything. But I'm not able to submit them quite frequently until about Friday, or sorry, not Friday. So like Friday, Saturday, I guess. Friday night, Saturday sometime. But mostly on Saturdays. And so it's right before all the Sunday games, all that. So we'll see if it ends up, if it's fixed. I really haven't tried it in the last couple weeks. But I think it's just a browser thing for me, because it just really weirdly just has a blank thing, nothing to kind of notify me there. So that's another reason. But I just want to do this as an update for the channel in general. I'm a few videos behind. I'm going to try to get more frequent videos here for the next few weeks, because I'm trying to do 5 videos a week, and right now I am 9 videos behind or something like that. I'm quite a few videos behind for a given week. I guess 4 videos behind in retrospect. But either way, I'm going to try to implement more videos. I'm going to finish up the fantasy football from Madden 24. I just don't like leaving uncompleted series, and I guess I'll do Madden 25 as well, just since I'm thinking about it. But otherwise, I may continue NFL Imperialism. I've been trying to record that more and more and get that actually recorded and back up. So some different series. I'll talk more about it in the StraightA channel update, which will be out this week. I've been meaning to record that as well, but time has been really flying by on me. I've been trying to prioritize myself as well, so we'll see how it goes. But hopefully this nice little quick updates for all of you, talking about this different series. And BDG, quick shout out for y'all. Seriously, you are amazing. You make great content, and we'll see how it goes for the rest of the season. But I hope you all enjoy. I will see y'all in the next one. StraightA Dawson, out of here.